Hey everyone, and welcome back to Book Rev. Today, we're diving into the magical world of Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. Get ready for a story that blends mystery, romance, and the power of family magic on a captivating island setting. Wow! This book is really good. I've never read anything by Katrina Leno, so I wasn't really sure what I was getting into when I requested Summer of Salt. The premise sounded intriguing, though, so I decided to go for it, and I'm so glad I did. When Summer of Salt first came out, somehow it slipped my notice. Maybe it's the back of the book description which does the story no favors. What it describes: a magicless girl in a magical family and some random old bird, doesn't even scratch the surface of everything Katrina Leno poured into this novel. It misses the heavy conversations about the patriarchy, toxic masculinity, and rape culture, the powerful thread of feminism and female friendships, and one of the cutest queer romances of the year. With their 18th birthday only a few weeks away, Georgina and Mary Fernway are running out of time. Mary already has her magic, but Georgina has nothing. If her abilities don't appear by her birthday, she'll never get them. And with college looming, a trip which will not only be the sisters' first time off the island, but the first time any Fernway woman has left, everything is changing faster than they can keep up. The twin sisters couldn't be more different. Mary is outgoing and free with her sexual expression, while Georgina is more internal and thoughtful. They clash as sisters are wont to do, but there's always love and respect. Particularly toward the end, after Mary becomes suddenly withdrawn and volatile, their relationship is strained, but Leno works marvels by showing it as complex rather than petty or selfish. When Annabella is murdered and the island blames Mary, it's Georgina who risks everything to prove her sister's innocence. At the same time, a bunch of birdheads, ornithologists, and birdwatchers are descending on their tiny island of By the Sea to catch a glimpse of the rare bird known as Annabella, who some believe is actually a Fernway ancestor. Two of those birdheads are Prue Lowry and her older brother. Georgina is hit hard with a crush on Prue, and watching their relationship blossom is one of the book's brightest subplots. This was one of the most delightful books I read all year. The writing style is crisp and light, with a twist of beauty and poetry that makes it soar off the page. I can't tell you how much I adored this novel. I'll be recommending Summer of Salt for years to come. 5 reasons why I loved Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. Here are the reasons why I loved this book. First is the family relationships. If you've been reading this blog for a little while, you probably know that I'm a total sucker for sister books. Books about sisters are one of my favorite types of books. The dynamic between Georgina Fernway and her twin sister Mary is complicated and beautiful and realistic. I also loved reading about their potion-making mom, who was such an interesting character. Many YA books totally leave out the parents, but Penelope Fernway was a very important character. Second is the side characters. Georgina's friend Vera, short for Elvira, is such a precious little goth cinnamon roll. She creates morbid ice cream flavors at the parlor where she works, broken hearts of lovers, frozen blood, etc., lives with her mom in an apartment filled with taxidermy, and keeps an Ouija board in her closet. I also loved the adorable bird-watching sibling duo, Prue and Harrison. Prue could have been developed a bit more, but I still loved them. Third is the feminist messages. Summer of Salt reinforces some super important messages, like the fact that no girl is asking to be raped, regardless of her sexual history. Fourth is the diversity. Georgina is lesbian, Elvira is Eros, and there's a non-straight love interest. One super awesome thing that was mentioned in Joanna's wonderful review that I want to highlight is that Georgina accepts her sexuality and is completely accepted by others. Like Joanna said, It is very important to have books that individuals, as those struggles are so very real. But it's equally important to have books like Summer of Salt. Fifth is the aesthetic. Summer of Salt just has such a spooky and magical vibe. Everything is so weird and odd, and I loved it to pieces. Though it has summer in the title, this felt like the sort of book you might want to read on Halloween. Anyway, I was itching to make a book aesthetic, and so I did. As you can tell, I adored this book. I only have one small complaint, which is that Georgina and Mary drink alcohol and it's not really addressed. Their mom knows, and she doesn't really seem to care, which did not seem to me like the best message to be putting into a book marketed towards teenagers. All in all, Summer of Salt took my expectations and smashed them into a million pieces and then shaped them into a beautiful piece of art. Does this metaphor make sense? I don't think it makes sense. I absolutely loved it. I've already shelved it on my Best of 2024 Goodreads shelf. Let me know in the comments. Are you planning on reading Summer of Salt? How do you feel about sibling books?